We're back. Finals time. I'm still here. Did you miss me?
I missed you so much. I missed you the whole time.
It's finals time. We saw Vi win her semi-final last round.
Mm-hmm.
So she's there. And would you believe it? Richard Owens.
Oh my gosh, he's back.
It's crazy.
You'll never guess what deck he's playing too.
It's shocking. Well, you know what? He did play Grixis for a while. And that was the period where he did not top 8, you know? And now he's back. He's back playing. They pointed Storm like 3 pointings in a row. And the first pointing he said, that's not enough. The second pointing he said, okay, you got me. I'm going to go play Grixis. Then they put more points on it. He went, okay, well, I'm back now. Now it's a challenge. Now I have to.
Now it's fun.
He's playing Storm again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and we can look forward to more Storm gameplay. Meanwhile, Vi has just been killing people.
Yeah.
Mardu, like madness, just aggressive. Yeah. It's sweet.
She's been doing very, very well.
Jazz.
How do you feel in this matchup? Storm v Mardu.
So this is the matchup where not having the blue spells hurts you more. Because Richard kind of just knows that the coast is clear all the time.
Yeah.
And if he can put together Storm, he can do it, you know? But that said, there are still discard spells, as we see here, Inquisition of Kozilek. Wow, that is a stacked hand. So we got...
Yog's Will.
We got Storm Scale, Scion, Lion's Eye Diamond, Rite of Flame, a couple lands, Ren's Resolve, and Yawgmoth's Will. Now, this is a really solid hand. So there's a little bit of card advantage, a payoff spell in Yawgmoth Will, some fast mana, and then a dragon. In fact, I think this hand is 7-2, Rite of Flame, LED, Yawg Will, LED to 3, Rite of Flame, but 4. It's
almost there.
It's almost dragon on turn 2, but not quite.
I think it
was turn 3 dragon. But discard spell will break that up, and now there's some power in play, which is very important. Now, the question with Storm now is what version of Storm you play, because you can no longer play Tinker and Bolus, Citadel, and Lotus. You have to pick one.
You have to pick a smattering.
Yep.
It's a triangle. Pick 2.
Yeah, and so Richard's playing Lotus with Your Will, as we see, and Beseech the Mirror, and actually a Demonic Tutor now in his points. So he's really playing the like spell Storm as opposed to Tinker, Citadel, put Citadel in play and go off that. So they're slightly different, whereas Storm used to just do both. For Vi, this is kind of what you need. You need discard spells and you need some pressure. Flameblade Adept is pressure. It is, interestingly, it is the oldest and probably now the weakest of the sort of 1-drop discard payoffs, along with Marauding Mako, and we're going to count Moonshadow. It doesn't explicitly say discard, but kind of the same thing. Ren's Resolve here, going to draw, in air quotes. Yeah. Red draw a couple cards. Duress there, and another land, so I'm sure those will get fired off next turn.
Seems highly likely.
Yeah. For Richard now, this Lion's Eye Diamond gets a lot worse now that Your Will is in your graveyard.
Yeah.
It's no longer just Black Lotus.
This is very, very true. Like, and it was scary enough, like, watching you count up and be like, oh, I mean, we're 1 off from a Storm Scale on turn 2. It's like, excuse me. Excuse me, what?
Also, I take it back. It was definitely turn 2 Storm Scale. It was second land, Rite of Flame up to 3 mana, play the LED, cast Your Will, respond, crack LED, floating 3 mana, your Will resolves, you replay LED, that's 6 mana, and then you cast your dragon from the graveyard for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dragons on turn 2. Good thing Vi had a discard spell on turn 1, huh?
Hey, that's pretty good. Yeah,
actually turn 2, but good thing Vi had a discard spell.
Good thing indeed. Very, very good thing indeed.
And that is sort of how scary this Storm deck is. And in some ways, the pointings have bizarrely helped it. It's not really on people's radar anymore.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit less consideration of it in both main boards and especially sideboards, I would say.
It also seems like you're very, you're priced into and you're kind of railroaded into a very specific build of the deck. And it kind of makes a lot of the decisions for you, right?
Yes. Or I wouldn't say you're necessarily, priced in, but you have to make choices and your deck is less flexible. You don't just get all of the options anymore,
For sure.
So from Vi here, just going to keep attacking. chipping in. I say chipping in. That was 3 damage.
Yeah.
There was a Faithless Looting cast this turn, I believe. Is that right?
I believe it was a Faithless Looting. We've been saying that Vi's cards are currently touched by the sun.
Yeah, unfortunately, just that specific spot, which
That
is really unfortunate
corner.
given how graveyard-centric Vi's deck is.
Ooh, Demonic Tutor? That looks like the borderless alternate art.
I believe that is a Demonic Tutor, yes.
It's the Commander Master's borderless alternate art version. Adjusting my glasses.
I love doing this with someone whose job is to look at Magic cards.
Methinks this is the specific art. Demonic Tutor, go grab.
I don't know, but it's probably lethal next turn.
Yeah, maybe
Beseech? Probably Beseech the Mirror.
Beseech.
Oh, that's a bit hard with
Lotus?
your will gone now. Because you can Beseech, Lotus, Rich. No.
Could you, like, land Lotus, Rite of Flame, LED? No, you have to. You can't discard your hand because you need to cast the Scion.
Yeah, it's tricky. I don't know if there's another. I mean, it might just be another ritual, and then you make 3 dragons next turn.
I mean, I was gonna say
Like Rite of Flame, and then Cabal. I mean, Cabal ritual gets you way over, and then LED, and then you cast a dragon. You make 4 dragons, and say, I don't know. Can your Mardu deck beat this?
Yeah, which is a good question because the Stormscale Scions on their own are what 4/4s, and then
and then they all anthem each.
They all
other.
anthem each other, and so you need, given Vi's life total right now, you'd need 5. Like 4 is just 1.
No, 4 is.
Oh, 4 is more than enough.
4 makes them all 7/7s.
Yep.
So 3 of them is 15 damage.
Yep.
4 of them is 28 damage.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, it's a lot. Little dog comes down.
Oh,
Taps.
Flaggy.
Flage just going straight upstairs. Okay.
Sends Richard to 8. Now the question is, can he win? Whatever he tutored for.
Yeah, so it's interesting. You put 4 dragons in play. You do get to one of them gets flickered out by Philia, but then the others get to block quite well. So that's probably fine. Flameblade Adept has Menace, and we are going off.
Okay.
Here come the Storm and Mana counters.
Yay! Big fan as well that Richard uses like individual cards as well, as opposed to like a dice, which is knockable. Like I very much appreciate. So
it is much clearer.
2 Storm.
1, 2, 3, 4. We went and got.
Now here's one I'm not familiar with. It's a Mystical Archive card for sure. Because it looks like this is in response. Oh no, it's not in response to LED. But
I think we're tapping 2 mana. Great question.
Is if it's
Please
regrowth?
hold. Is this? Oh, it is regrowth. Yes,
Yeah.
he did say he was playing regrowth.
Yeah.
Regrowth,
which should get back the Yogg's Will.
Yes, and then we
Regrowth gets back the Yogg's
and
Will.
we respond by cracking our LED so that we can cast Yogg Will.
So we can cast Yogg's Will.
And then we have DT in the graveyard.
And Vice says, I get it.
So what happened there was we have 2 mana. We have the 3 black mana. We have 5 mana, right?
Yeah.
After cracking the LED, Yogg Will down to 2. Then we get to LED to 5, Rite of Flame to 6. And then I think was there one more piece of Rite of Flame to 6.
You did Rite of Flame. I think that's it. But then you
DT for tendrils. 2 plus 4 is 6.
defreeze for tendrils and you're done.
Tick. Game 1. Richard.
Storm. Storm done. You know what the funniest?
Storm.
Here's something really funny. At the end of round 1, Richard lost round 1.
Okay. Yes.
And I looked at him and I said, Richard, I've already made a Storm promo. I need you to win so that I can publish the Storm promo.
Richard heard you. He said, all right,
he said,
I'm on it.
Yeah, bet. He's like, I want this Storm promo to go out so badly.
Excellent.
And so he is now here, battling it out in the finals of the April Open Series.
Yep, we're back on May 16th.
I remembered it properly this time. May
16th, July 4th, August 22nd are the next 3 dates. So a bit over a month. And that'll be a really interesting one. Obviously, there is Highlander Worlds. at the end of April here. So a couple of big events, a big team event, big individual event, which I know, speaking to a lot of our players today, they said this is them. This is a great event, and it's also great practice for that. So then May 16th, we'll get the aftermath of that. We'll see what comes out of that, what new things people find, what new developments, that kind of thing.
We're also going to see the aftermath of Strixhaven.
Yes.
And we'll also see the aftermath of Strixhaven pointings.
No, there's no pointings for Strixhaven.
There's not?
The next pointing is June.
Oh, after Marvel.
June, after Marvel.
Oh, boy. Well, never mind.
The joy of having 7 sets a year or something is that the committee said, we only really want to point about 4 times a year, so we're going to skip roughly every second set.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Which is very fair.
Yeah.
Very
incredibly,
fair,
incredibly fair. But we've got some cool events coming up, and here is a look at our leaderboard. We have 2 players that are qualified already, William Lamarca and Elliot Leon. Nathan Smale, of course, taking the lead points-wise.
Yes. Now, I know he crashed out today a little bit. We saw him at one point in the feature match era. I think he lost in round 3, and he said he ended up 3-3. So just the participation point for him, but every point counts.
Every point absolutely
Will Lamarca, as you say, already qualified, but did also make it to top 4, where he ran into Richard.
Yeah.
The Lands versus Storm matchup is not close.
There are many such cases of, and then I ran into Richard.
Yes. Elliot, I think, was here as well today. Not in our top 8. Simon, I think, was here, got a point. Didn't see Kieran. Michael was here, also only the 1 point.
Brooks is here as well.
Brooks made top 8, I believe. He was top 8. I think he lost in the
Yes, he lost to Paris.
Lost to Paris in the quarters. So some more points there. Richard will be shooting up this leaderboard. Did not see Braden, Jean, Peter. Brennan was here, but only got the 1 point.
No, Yida.
I don't think Liam.
Liam was not here.
Mulch or Thomas. So actually a lot of the top missing.
Yeah.
Which means that it's wide open for the players who did do well. Anyone who finished in the top 8 this event will be well up the leaderboard.
Look, and what you can't see as well is like all of the rest of the people who are between, there are like 4 other people who have 15 points behind Mulch and Thomas Salado. So there's a bunch of people whose names are going to appear on the updated April.
Because 15 is 1 top 8, I believe.
Yes.
So 15, and then you see the 16s is a top 8 and a participation point, that kind of thing. So there's
various iterations of point combinations you can see here.
Yeah, absolutely. But with only 8 events this year, it matters more. I mean, this is event number 3, so we're almost halfway after this. So this leaderboard taking shape, and it is our 8 winners, and then
the next top 8 points players.
So that's starting to take shape. We're starting to get to the point where you don't want to fall too far behind and put too much pressure on yourself for the last few events to have to try and spike one.
And it's so important to reiterate that consistency is key. You don't need to win an event, but if you top 8 a couple, even place top 16 at a couple, like you get the points to 12th place, you get 12 points between 9th and 12th place. So the points still matter. If you are just a consistent player and you show up and you put your hard yards in, there's a high likelihood you'll be able to qualify.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is great. That's what we want.
The other fun thing about the Invitational that's coming up at the end of the year is a 3K prize pool for our invitees. But on top of that, we are also looking to run a side event, and me thinks it'll be a win-a-duel event, which will be very exciting. So giving people plenty of reasons to still come by and support their friends. We'll hopefully also have a date for the Invitational at May's event.
Oh, amazing. Yep, great. That's really good. We'll get 6 months notice and heaps of time.
So you can plan your holidays around attending our 3K Invitational.
Yep, absolutely. Very much looking forward to that. Meanwhile, our players just getting ready for game number 2 here. If we take a look at the sideboard, as I say, this is where players have maybe started to skimp. There are, but not far, to be honest. Archon of Miria, absolute banger. Ashiok Dream Render, quite good. There's a low tutoring in Richard's deck. Clarion Conqueror is actually not as good in this version as it was against Old Storm. There's a little bit less artifact mana is the main difference. Yeah. But still, we saw Lion's Eye Diamond get cast repeatedly, and most of the combo lines involve Lion's Eye Diamond or Black Lotus being used multiple times. Fairy Macabre Graveyard Hate. Ghost Vacuum is Graveyard Hate. Null Rod is the same thing. It stops the artifacts. Opposition Agent is more anti-tutoring. You can play Pyro or Reb if you want. There are less blue spells in Storm than there used to be and they're not as high impact now. There's no Tinker. And of course, my favorite, Price of Progress.
I love Price of Progress. Neither of us get to win this game.
Yep. More magic.
More magic. Do you think someone like Vi is planning, like not planning specifically for Richard, but is probably giving more consideration than most might? Like naming, what seems like more than half of the, sideboard slots for things that deal with either storm or prowess seem very like, and if there's one person in the room that I know that like just in terms of what their deck does, I can't just, say skill diff.
Yep.
It's Richard.
I think that's totally reasonable. And all those cards I named are very good cards. They just work well, right? They have applicability across a wide range of matchups, but at the same time, I'm sure that is something Vi did consider is at these. This event is really interesting because it's a large prize pool, right? It's a pretty big tournament. We had 41 players here. There's a lot of really good players, but it is still, I would say, a step below some of the biggest events we have in Australia in that it's still just Melbourne players. You still have a good idea of who is going to be there, who, especially the sort of the stronger players at the top, are going to be each month. And so there is probably a degree of not building specifically for those people, but knowing, hey, I know there'll be a Storm player there if Richard's there.
Well, what's also the people started playing Energy Flux because Trent was around, right?
Yes.
Like people straight up, like I had never sold more copies of Energy Flux than when Trent burst back onto the scene.
And they were all to Trent. It was Trent buying out the stock.
It was Trent buying everything to make sure people can't play Energy Flux. Shout out to Trent, vacationing in Fiji right now. Enjoying somewhat warmer weather than
the Philippines, I believe. I believe it's
Fiji and then Philippines.
Oh, possibly the Philippines now. Fiji
Maybe.
First, but yeah, somewhere much warmer.
He's having a lovely vacation.
It's been rainy and miserable here in Melbourne, as is typical for autumn.
That's why I'm wearing my Trent jumper.
That's why Alec and I wore matching jumpers.
Yeah.
Today.
It was very cute.
That's why we haven't been on coverage again together. We had one round and now we're...
Wait.
So Richard is now explaining I have a turn 1 kill.
Is Richard?
I believe.
No way.
I believe that's a...
Black Lotus.
So Lotus... Yeah.
Shade.
Okay, so what he's explaining is this is 8 mana. I'm going to DT. I've got 4 Storm. So I'm playing all my mana things out. I'm going to go Lotus for 3. Ritual to 4. Play the LED. Cast DT down to 6 floating mana. Now I can go get Yorg Will, and now I can flash everything back. So the Yorg Will goes to 3, Lotus, LED, Cabal Ritual back up.
And then DT for Tendrils.
And then flash back the DT for Tendrils.
That is unbelievably brutal. I feel like I'm going to hear laughing soon.
Oh, okay. So the thing is, what Richard's done is he's put his hand on the table and said, this is what I'm doing. And Vi says, well, hang on. I have 0 mana interaction. Vi said, okay, I need you to walk me through it step by step. And in response to the Yorg Will getting cast, Vi has said, I'm going to Fairy Macabre away these 2 things. Keep going.
My jaw is on the floor.
Yeah, so now we have 4 mana.
Look, and to be honest, right, I don't ever generally see Vi putting herself in a position where she could lose the Storm on turn 1. You know what I mean?
Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, like, I think it was on a mulligan to 6, but still. And so we're going to see stock up instead. And we're leaving the Cabal Ritual in the graveyard for a future Storm turn, I guess.
Stock up getting exiled?
So Yorg Will is worded in such a way that any card that goes to your graveyard for the rest of the turn gets exiled.
Gets exiled. Okay, that makes sense. Interesting interaction.
Yeah, well, it's funny. See, they worked out that you can't have a card just be flashback repeatedly in the same turn. That'd be broken. That's why Underworld Breach is 3 points.
Right. This is... I'm so gobsmacked by this. Richard had the turn 1 kill.
And then Vi's non-blue deck
No, you don't.
had 0 mana interaction.
And that's what, like, discard Fairy Macabre, exile.
Yeah, so Fairy Macabre has a free ability to discard it from your hand to exile 2 cards from a graveyard.
Wow.
It's also a 3 mana 2/2 flyer, but that never comes up.
Not relevant.
All it is discard it from your hand for no mana, exile 2 cards from graveyards.
It's like a Chrome Mox to cycle away a Rotting Mako.
Okay.
And there's a Clarion Conqueror under the Chrome.
So Vi kept 1 land and it wasn't even a dual land. It's just Arena of Glory.
Yeah.
No second land, no disc, no discard spell probably
I believe she
because
knows
it
what she's doing.
had Fairy Macabre. So both players now with very anemic hands. Richard, on the other hand, is rebuilding quickly though. So we saw stock up on turn 1. So he discarded his entire hand to LED, right, on turn 1. But then also got to cast stock up. So he's got 2 cards in hand. Untaps, draws a 3rd card, plays a land, draws 2 more cards. And meanwhile, Vi missed her second land drop. And misses it again.
That's the risk that you run, but I
What?
still have no words.
What a wild start to this match. We're going to see Baleful Strength. It's a pretty good blocker for DRC. That is crazy. The fact that Vi had 0 mana interaction.
My head is in my hands. Like, Otawara, the prettiest Otawara as well. The one that looks like a Star Destroyer. I love that art.
I do love that art. Now, Dragon's Rage Channeler is in play. It's interesting. We normally see Dragon's Rage Channeler in something like Grixis, which is just like full of spells, right? This Mardu deck is a lot more creature heavy, but it also is more graveyard heavy. So if you do get the triggers, it loves that a lot more. It's better at creating Delirium. Now for Richard, with the Yawgmoth Will exiled, I don't know how this deck wins. I think we have to go hard mode now and actually cast 10 spells in a turn. Without.
Is he playing? Because he's not. So he's not playing the Citadel version.
No, there's no Citadels.
Because he doesn't have the points, right?
So I don't believe.
So the Lotus is gone. The Yogg's Will is gone.
And the LED is gone.
As a land.
So most of the best mana in the deck is gone, and the best card draw spell, we're gonna call it, is gone. So I think we're on make 5 dragons is the plan now.
Yeah. Lightning Bolt on the Baleful Strix, BRC trigger, keep on top, get rid of the bird.
Yep. Got to clear the way. We kept the card on top, so presumably a land would be my... Although...
Take 1.
Creature instant in the land, yeah, so couldn't get Delirium anyway. There's a land now, but didn't have the ability to...
Well, that's the thing, right? DRC loves being in Grixis for things like Baleful Strix, which already give you you're 50% of the way towards Delirium off of Babylon.
Which Vi has with Fear of Missing Out as well. There's a little bit of that going on, yeah.
A little bit. And here's...
So this is why Vi kept the hand, right? This hand was Arena of Glory into, if I draw the Mox, if I draw the land on turn 2, I have Chrome Mox, turn 2 Archon of Emeria, I have Fairy Macabre to break up the turn 1 kill, just in case. Getting word that Richard's exact words were, Lotus kill you, I'm dead if you have interaction.
And Vi said, I do. I do have interaction.
And then we kept playing because... Oh, we're back.
Oh, Lord above.
Sorry, we're very loud. Okay, we're back.
Sorry.
We're back. We had a little bit of...
The microphone's died.
The microphone's died. And meanwhile, Vi won that game.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Shockingly.
Shocking.
You know what? It looked closer than I thought it would be.
Definitely. All right. Sorry for the technical. Yeah, it went very deadly silent. We noticed that I went quiet, and we got a message from the most wonderful, lovely Jimbo, letting us know that we had no audio.
Sorry, we know you really missed our riveting commentary of Storm.
Yeah.
As fellow Storm experts, we know that our commentary adds a lot to watching Richard move cards around.
Well, what's like generally my go-to for when Storm starts happening is talking about recent movies that I've seen.
What recent movies have you seen, Kira?
I actually have not seen any movies recently.
Okay, well, you should go watch Project Hail Mary.
If I had $1 for every time someone said that to me,
I'd have enough money.
I'd have enough money to go watch it.
It's so good.
I have heard a great many things about it, and on the back of the Artemis, moon mission, it feels very much like the hope of humanity, etc. I'm doing a movie night with some friends on Monday, and I think we're going to watch Deadpool versus Wolverine, which feels very relevant for Highlander, considering how much we see Deadpool.
I really wish there was a Deadpool versus Spider-Man movie you could watch instead. That would be more appropriate.
Hopefully they'll make one at some point, but I don't trust Marvel with literally anything.
Yeah, especially not magic cards.
Nope.
I mean, I love Universes Beyond. I am actually interested to see what Marvel superheroes looks like and whether they can pull it off, I guess. It doesn't... I don't know, it's a very different vibe from Strixhaven or from... Eldraine or Lorwyn or all these other things.
It's also just one of those things that feels a little bit too late.
It does feel like we really should have had this 3 years ago.
Well, if we had done it during in 2016, 2014, during the height of the Infinity War era, it feels like it would have gone over really, really well.
Yeah, 100%.
But now you're just kind of hanging on to the dregs when people have already kind of lost a bit of their interest in it.
Yeah, Marvel's already a bit
unpopular, some might say, but we love magic. We love magic so much. I love magic cards. Yippee!
I'm very excited for Strixhaven though.
Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. Strixhaven pre-release is next Friday, starting
it sure is.
April 17th. Make sure you get ready to go back to school. Head on back to your LGS.
Will you have dressed up PoG to look like a school?
No, but I have a costume.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Of course I have a I try and dress up for most of these things.
Yeah.
I just find it quite fun. For Outlaws, I think I did my craziest costume.
The Outlaws costumes you guys had were amazing.
They were really good.
All the staff wanted posters were so cool.
That was nice, right?
Yeah.
But I dressed up for that one. I had a huge cowboy hat that I turned, I borrowed from my housemate. She turned and wrapped it into a wizard's hat as well. So it was like a cowboy hat with a huge wizard's point covered in stars.
Yeah, I love that. That's sick.
I had big leather boots. As I had my Arizona Southwest leather cowboy boots.
Yeah, excellent.
Which is good. If this is Richard putting a land down and saying, I have a turn 1 win.
He is thinking. No, see, that to me says he doesn't have the turn 1 win. If he had the turn 1 win, he wouldn't think that much. He'd look at it and go, okay, this is a turn 1 win. He'd think for about 3 seconds to be like, do I think Vi has Fairy Macabre again? Probably not.
I mean, that might actually be the consideration, is do I think Vi has Fairy Macabre in this specific instance, and would I prefer...
But the problem with Fairy Macabre is that it costs no mana and it's instant speed.
You can just do it.
There's not really that much playing around it.
Yep.
So instead, we're just gonna pass. We're gonna take our time, slow down, not just end the finals in 10 minutes. I love having Richard in the top 8. It goes so much faster.
I was actually so impressed when all the quarterfinal matches finished super quickly.
They did all finish quite quickly. Remember all the Blue Moon players I was talking about?
Mm-hmm.
How I don't think any of them made top 8.
Hey, give JD some credit. They came 9th.
They did come 9th, it's true. But I believe there were 5 Blue Moon players, and none of them made top 8.
Yeah, 5 out of 40.
Yeah. So
statistically, you'd expect one of them to make it.
I wonder how many Grixis players we had today, because surely that would have
There were
been...
2.
2?
Yeah.
Two regular schmegular Grixis
For sure there were
players?
2 Grixis, because there were 2 Grixis and 3 Esper.
Wow.
Tifley was second, and
Raymond
was up here as well. Raymond
10th.
lost a win and finished 10th. That's
Wow.
all the Grixis. That's it.
This is a very diverse metagame, it looks like, except for all of the moons.
Yeah, there's 5 moons, 3 Esper, 2 Grixis, 2 Bluetron.
Bluetron cool.
I think 2 Breaches, but they're quite different.
Yeah.
I think there's 3 Mardu decks, but they're very different.
Very different.
2 of them made top 8.
Jund.
But they're all very different. Yeah, I think there's only one Jund
Jund,
there.
one
Well, there were
Thoracle.
2 Jund technically, but one of them was like a very aggro +1/+1 counters version.
Yeah.
Yeah, a Thoracle, a Storm. It's very varied as we would expect from this form.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, back down in their finals, Vi has a FOMO.
She is not having FOMO.
Nope, no fear here. This is a really good card in this deck. As Vi said in the semifinals, she cast it and discarded Croxer, and Paris sort of, groaned. And Vi went, look, if I'm not drawing a card with this ETB, I'm just not casting. That's how this card works.
Yeah.
And it is pretty close to that most of the time. Again, Vi's graveyard has been blessed by the sun, and we can't tell what card that is. I think,
It's a
actually,
Detective
that's
Phoenix.
a Detective Phoenix. Yeah, see, like, that one just free to discard.
Free to discard. The collect evidence on that is difficult, though. Like, you can't currently do it.
Yeah.
You'll get there.
But you have to do that if you cast it from hand as well.
Uh-huh.
On the Bestow, which
Uh-huh.
is the mode you're casting it for.
Uh-huh.
Meanwhile, Richard decided to spend his mana on Surveyor Land. And he kept on top, which is terrifying.
Yeah, you don't love to see that.
No. And now we're fetching the main phase. So this might be a draw spell, or Vi might be dead.
Just place your bets now, folks. What do you think it is?
We went for blue-green. No, I mean, it's more likely to be... It's the way Richard hesitated in turn 1 that gives me pause. But normally I'd say, no, this is just a draw spell.
Uh-huh.
And just a draw spell, see?
Draw spell. Don't even worry about it. It's fine.
Don't worry about it.
Relax.
You're fine. You're still alive. Don't worry about it.
Relax.
Don't worry about it.
There are far worse things that could happen that are not me drawing a card, okay?
Yeah, 2 cards even. And FOMO in for 2. And now we'll see. So Vi had no interaction, which is interesting. Turn 1 FOMO is obviously, it's a 2-drop on turn 1. It's a powerful card, yada yada, but it isn't interactive. Yeah, and this is the reason that Vi kept the hand.
I was going to say, it surely has to be either Archon or it has to be Fairy Macabre again.
Yeah, or maybe something like an opposition agent. Either way, I felt like with no strong turn 1 play, there was very likely to be a strong turn 2 play.
Yeah.
Like, that's the reason to keep this hand. Richard's having a read of Archon. I would expect Richard's very familiar with Archon of Emeria. This is...
Mm-hmm. This is bad.
Well,
it's bad for you.
Yes. So is the Archon the person riding the bird, right?
You see, I never know because all of the Archons,
They're all riding
they're all
things?
writing things.
It's a good point. Yeah, in fact, every single one of them is riding a large winged creature. Sometimes it's a cow, sometimes it's like an elk, sometimes it's a lion, a pegasus.
Sometimes
a
it's whatever
bird,
the Archon of Cruelty is.
Yeah, demonic reindeer?
Maybe.
I think...
Evil Rudolph.
Well, it's a reindeer, but then it's got
a wolf head.
It's got like a wolf head and a really long tail, but it definitely has antlers.
Oh, very cool.
Meanwhile, we've got a discard spell finally. Wow, this is a hand and a half.
There is an abrupt decay on the Archon of Emeria, and this looks to be Richard continuing to explain how he's going to win.
Yeah, so this is... No, this is Inquisition.
Oh, it's
We're resolving
thank
Inquisition,
goodness.
but the abrupt decay did resolve first.
Yeah.
Now the Inquisition is going to have to take something. So we've got Beseech the Mirror, Abundant Harvest, Mana Morphos, Tinder Wall. That's a new one since the pointing. Rite of Flame, Grim Monolith, and Preordain.
Yeah, that's a dress down as well, I believe. It's a sketch card.
Oh yeah, I thought it was an Abundant Harvest, that sketch card. But no, you're right. It is probably,
I believe it's the
probably
sketch
a
dress
dress down. That would make more sense.
I'm willing to stake something on this.
It is. There is a dress down, so I would suspect it's a dress
Let's
down.
go.
Also explains why Richard just passed.
Yeah.
Because if Vi doesn't cast a discard spell, Richard can instead just cast the dress down in an step, draw an extra card, and still try and go off next turn.
Yeah.
In fact, I think guaranteed go off next turn. 2.
We are hasting in a Clarion Conqueror. So we're going to get in.
Okay. I mean, that's damage. Richard all the way down to 6. This is a lot of damage.
I believe what that was Vi saying, I think if she has Delirium, it's I untap the Clarion Conqueror and then attack you again with it. Because it's only like a 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
3/3? Yeah.
Either way, Richard down to 6. So now we find out, can Richard go off with a Clarion Conqueror in play, with a dress down potentially? Dress down's really neat as well because you can sacrifice it to Beseech the Mirror.
Yeah.
So you like play your artifacts out, float all your mana with them, and then sack it. So we got 2, 3. I believe Tinderwall is +1 mana as well. Yep. It converts a red into 2 red, green into 2 red mana. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We currently have 4 mana. And then the mana morphos, and you can't go to 5. But that's.
Then you have Rite of Flame, but you don't have enough black for Beseech the Mirror.
Well, you
Oh, do you? Because you need
it's
3 black.
complicated. But I think you might be short because you need 3 black and the Morphos only gives you 2.
Yeah.
That's my read. We'll see what Richard does. He's casting Rite of Flame, so he thinks there's a way, or he just thinks it doesn't get any better because he is dead next turn.
Yeah. Look, there's a very real possibility, if not now, when. You will die next turn if you don't do something now.
Yeah, you have to start casting spells, so I mean Richard would know the outs better. And he's gonna get at least 1 card off Mana Morphos.
Yeah.
Probably has to cast Dress Down in here somewhere as well, so that's another card. So you're gonna get some looks.
Sorry, the wizard of I cast Pixelate has returned.
Yep. Right at the end. The wizard said, actually, we need to censor this. We can't be showing this. As we see here, okay, so it'll be Rite of Flame, make 2 mana. Now we're going to Mana Morphos with a red, leaving a red floating. Interesting. Nope, never mind. Using the red, leaving the Tropical Island untapped. And the joy of Mana Morphos is you have to make the mana before you draw a card. Which is a real downside in a 4-color deck like this.
You have to make decisions in advance.
Notably, okay, so black, blue, that's really interesting. There was a card. This Tinderwall is getting really difficult to activate. Tinderwall effectively... Well, no, actually, Tinderwall doesn't cost red, sorry, my mistake. Tinderwall green into 2 red. So we can do that, and we can get to 4 mana, but it's kind of the wrong colors. Is the problem. Unless we draw Cabal Ritual, basically. We've got a Volcanic Island. We're going to use the red. We're going to cast Dress Down. Draw a card. It's interesting. The other thing you could do is, if you had Dress Down on Vi's turn, that takes away the FOMO double attack ability.
Yeah.
And then you only take 5. So maybe you could have bought a turn that way.
Yeah. There could also be a way he's just counting Storm at this point. So Tinderwall, sacrifice, add 2.
You cannot do that.
Literally,
with a Dress Down in play, you cannot do that.
Yeah.
That is
not possible.
Not great for Richard. Richard's going to concede.
He says, yep, okay, never mind.
He says,
no problem.
Okay. Yeah, good point.
Look, the storm was pixelating. It was obscuring the haze on the camera. It went.
Yeah.
We couldn't see anything, but Violet is going to take down the win for our April Open Series
Sure
event.
will. Absolutely. So,
What a day.
been a good day. 6 rounds of Magic, 41 players, and in the end, it's Manu taking it down.
Harder. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll see you on May 16th for the next Open Series event. In the meantime, you can join us on Wednesday nights at 6.